For any of you guys who may have followed me for any period of time, you may know I've met a lot of celebrities. Met George Lucas, met Harrison Ford. I've met just about everybody I'd ever want to meet. And it's always fine. I've been at a party and seen a celeb I want to meet, and I'll just walk up to them and I'll talk to them.
Vern Troyer.
Except for one person. Weird Al. I have never been able to bring myself to walk up to Weird Al. I've been listening to Weird Al Yankovic since I was a kid, right? And I have been no less than 4 or 5 times at parties or at a screening or at something with him. There was this one time Ann and I were even walking out of a premiere and heading to the after party, and we realized walking right in front of us on the escalator going up to the after party is Weird Al. And Ann's like, now's your time. Introduce say hi to Weird Al. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I don't want to bother him. I've seen him at another thing. He's like, there he is at the punch bowl. Just walk over and say hi. Oh, I can't do it.
Well, an escalator is also a weird place to say hi because your face is at crotch level.
Yes.
If they're in front of you.
Some might think that might be an icebreaker.
There you go.
Some might consider that an icebreaker, I suppose. But I could never do it. Well, big news. There is a Weird Al Yankovic biopic / comedy movie coming called The Weird Al Story, and it's going to star Daniel Radcliffe. This news just came out today. Weird Al Yankovic story, Daniel Radcliffe to portray Grammy winner in Roku biopic from Funny or Die and Tango. Now, normally I wouldn't care much about a movie that's going to be going directly to Roku. A Roku original is not my thing. Sorry, soul. But I that's not usually something I would cover. But Weird Al, this comes to us from the folks over at Deadline who write the following. Daniel Radcliffe from Lost City in the Harry Potter franchise has been tapped to play musician Weird Al Yankovic in Weird, the Al Yankovic story, on a Roku original biopic from Funny or Die Tango that will be available streaming exclusively on the Roku channel. And then this is the part that kills me. Listen to this. Known for, I don't even know what that word is, pastiching and parodying the works. Pastiching. I never even said that word.
Yeah, it's a pastiche. It's where you sort of, you know what? You don't really know something if you can't explain it. So I realized that even though I know how to pronounce pastiche, as I try to explain it, I realize I probably don't really have a clear understanding of it either.
I don't think it's a word I've ever actually used in my life before, but it's okay. I'll take it. So anyway, known for pastiching and parodying the works of his musical contemporaries, Yankovic, listen to this, is the biggest selling comedy recording artist of all time, a 5-time Grammy winner, and his 2014 release, Mandatory Fun, was the first comedy album in history to debut at #1 on Billboard's Top 200. Now get this. He is one of only 3 artists to land top 40 hits in each of the last 4 decades, the only other 2 being Michael Jackson and Madonna.
Insane.
Michael Jackson, Madonna, and Weird Al. That's the company that Weird Al keeps. All hail Weird Al, the GOAT of music. I'll tell you, one of the most fun concerts I ever went to in my life was in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, in a sold-out hockey arena, and it was a Weird Al on tour.
You're kidding. So you've seen him live?
I've seen him live. Absolutely. And here's the cool thing about it. I think I've told the story before, but I knew it was going to be one of the best concerts I've ever heard when the band came out first.
Oh, wow.
Because they were some of the ugliest motherfuckers I've ever seen.
So you know they're going to be good.
And I'm like, well, he clearly didn't hire them for their looks. Right. These must be some of the best musicians in the world. Because this guy, had to be in his, early 60s, long gray hair, big, come out with this bass. I bet this guy's going to be one of the hottest bass players I've ever heard in my life. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, the concert and it was a 2.5-hour show, some of the best musicianship I've ever heard. And it ended with a 15-minute version of Yoda. Of course, it's his take on Lola. I met him in a swamp down in Dagobah where the water bubbled just like carbonated soda. I mean, yes.
Mama Yoda.
And they ramped on it for 15 minutes. It was one of the greatest things I'd ever seen. I love it. So the one weird thing about this to me, though, Weird Al's tall.
Yeah, very tall. He's like Howard Stern tall.
Yeah.
Howard Stern should actually be playing him.
Yeah, Howard Stern would be perfect to play Weird Al. And Daniel Radcliffe is not.
He is not.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, just body type is so drastically. And I wonder if that's going to be part of the gag. I don't know. But
I mean, it's almost as crazy as the idea of I don't know, Sebastian Stan playing Tommy Lee. Like things that would never happen, you know?
Right. But have you seen the trailer for that, by the way?
Yes, I have.
Okay, it is.
Hasn't it come out?
No, I don't think it's out yet.
Okay, but I did see the trailer.
I cannot believe how much they have made Lily James. No, that's not Lily.
Yeah.
It is. No, it's
Lily Collins.
Mm-hmm. How much whichever one it is.
Lily Collins looks like Pamela Anderson.
Oh my God, did they ever make her look? And he looks like a Tommy Lee. I can't. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Weird Al.
Yes.
So, I love this news. I can't wait to watch it. Aaron, you heard about this. What do you think about them doing this?
Well, first of all, I think that, this is a weird comparison a day after her birthday, but I feel like Weird Al elicits the kind of emotions that Betty White does. People just go, gosh, you can't say anything bad about Weird Al. He's just always been this affable, fun, lovable guy, even when there's been some controversy over any of the satires that, any of the songs that he's made a satirical parody of. I think that was a double negative.
Pastiche?
A pastiche. A pastiche, whatever that word means. He's always managed to come through with grace and humility. I recently saw a documentary about Weird Al, and the legions of fans that this man has who show up with Weird Al hair and the Hawaiian shirts. He is so beloved, and he has maintained throughout his career to be incredibly private. We don't really know a lot about his personal life. We know obviously what he's very well known for and his antics on stage, but in private, he seems to be more of a quiet person who doesn't need to have the limelight at all times. He has done a brilliant job of, as you were talking about, creating really good music that is also fun and memorable, and somehow has managed to stay away from insane lawsuits, which of course you're a lawyer, there's the parody law.
Yeah.
So
he's an expert of the parody law.
Expert in the parody law, but also has managed to make fun of things without being mean. And that is a very difficult thing to do. And for him to be able to do that over decades and decades is quite a feat. And I'm thrilled that we're going to be able to see a little bit of the behind the scenes of how he came to find that particular niche that he has really captured and been the master of for decades now.
What's one of the interesting things about him too is I saw somebody put up a Facebook post a while ago about Weird Al, and it says like 40-year career, valedictorian of his school, honor student, this X number of number one hits, blah blah blah. Controversies, zero.
None. Yeah.
None. He has somehow managed to be only in the company of Madonna and Michael Jackson.
Right. Have
top 40 hits in each of the last 4 decades. Never a single whisper of controversy. Mm-hmm. Ann and I actually went to go see him at the Greek. We went to go see him at the Greek Theater, and he came walking right up into the audience. But that's the first time I heard maybe his greatest song ever. It's an original. It's the best song of a love song ever. And the title is You're Not Perfect, But You're Good Enough for Now. Oh. It's the best title of a love song ever.
It's totally the best title. Perfect. It's basically like my entire dating life before Tom.
So
for sure.
I love it. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? There is a Weird Al Yankovic movie coming to Roku starring Daniel Radcliffe, of all people. I find that fascinating, and of course, I'm very happy about that. How do you guys feel about it? Jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.